Hey all and welcome back for another HellfireComms Patreon Quick Look. Today we are returning to the Muso genre for a little bit of One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. And Tanner, your dreams have come true, mate, because this one's all you, baby.
Man, I've been playing so much of this game. It's so good. Oh! I'm so happy you get to play it because honestly, this is the first Muso game in a long time that feels like a true evolution of the franchise. It's basically Devil May Cry now.
Wow, that makes two Devil May Cry mentions and a Quick Look row for us, because before this, we recorded a Quick Look for Doom Eternal, and that was 45 minutes of my brain being assaulted by pretty colours and demons from hell. I was like, you know what, to cool down from that, let's play a Muso.
You know what? This game is similar scale of things exploding with many colors, except I would say it's a lot less difficult, but just as cathartic.
So, whereabouts in the timeline are we right now?
Well, this here is, we're actually starting at the very beginning of this game. This prologue is the latest chapters of the latest arc, so we are right caught up right now. This is Wano, which is the Japan-styled country, where everyone dresses as samurai, and it's basically a period drama. But the game does flash back to a lot earlier on than the franchise. In fact, it starts pre-time skip. But right now, we are basically caught up with the franchise.
Presentation's nice so far. It feels good to punch things.
Yeah, so the big change that happened in this game is, and you'll learn it because this is the tutorial level, they added air combos. Now, most Muso games, you're stuck on the ground. They'll as you play, they'll unlock abilities for you. Right now, you just have your regular punches. But they added in a whole idea of, okay, let's add the vertical to it. You'll be able to do a launcher, which will go into an air combo. And boy, does it basically turn into, you know, any sort of air combo sort of game. So basically you have light attacks on square, heavy attacks on triangle, and the X button is your launcher. So you can go like square, triangle, X to do a light, heavy launcher. And then once you are, you know, in the air, you can then press your square and triangles for air attacks.
Jesus.
Meaning that you have essentially fighting game combos of light, medium, launcher, right? And your heavy moves will propel enemies into objects, and destructible environments is the other new thing for this. So that gate, you need to break it down. How do you break it down? Just fight near it or punch it directly.
Okay. Power Dash!
Power Dash is, it has two functions. You can press it to continue your combos because it does damage along the way, but the important thing you can do is you can use it to dash cancel. So if you're in the middle of a heavy attack, you can press the Power Dash and you will dash to cancel it, meaning that you can continue your combos even longer.
Oh man. This feels really good so far, I gotta say, mate.
Yeah, and once you start getting into the rhythm of, because you can even do power dashes in the air to continue your air combos, and it basically becomes Marvel vs. Capcom, where you will do an air combo and dash to continue it and reset it. It's so good.
Yeah. Keep going. We're going. So who's this kid character that we're traveling around with exactly?
So Kid is, he's a member of what's called the Worst Generation. He's like a bunch of upstart pirates that, like, is in Luffy's sort of, Luffy's generation. And he's a bit of a rival to Luffy because he's like, oh, you think you're so popular? Well, we're gonna be the main characters. So they're basically all fighting to be the most famous pirates, but during their time on Wano, they basically get into a bit of a fight with Big Mom, who you just saw there, as well as Kaido, and these guys are the four emperors, two of the four emperors of the sea, who are literally the strongest pirates and characters in the universe, so it's a bit of a problem there.
Interesting.
This is the other new thing. You have a command button thing in the corner where you hold R1 and then each direction you press will do a different special there. So, you know, R1 plus, you know, triangle there will do your super move. But there's also more functional stuff on it, such as, you know, certain heals or taunts things that are more functional will go on there. They have cooldowns for every time you hit an enemy, they come back. So you can't spam your strongest moves per se, because now they're on a meter.
Yeah, man, you weren't kidding. This really does feel like an evolution of the Muzo formula.
Yeah, because playing, like, I've put so many hours into Pirate Warriors 1, 2, and 3, because they were all basically my Game of the Years when they came out. And going to this and seeing how they, like, they even had to remove some characters, because they're like, look, we're redoing it all. Seeing that, and I'm like, I don't know, but then as you play it, you're like, no, this is an evolution.
Okay, so boss time.
Big boss enemies have these shields above them, and basically what you want to do is you want to break their shields by doing damage, and then once you do that, you'll be able to actually, like, combo them. They have super armor until the shields are gone.
Okay.
And you see how big Big Mom is there?
Uh-huh.
She's playable at that size.
Oh, Lord.
And she's not even the biggest character.
Come on, keep it going. Oh, dash out the way.
One thing I will say about the game, though, is the big boss characters you actually have to treat like bosses in video games and not Muso bosses, because of the fact that they have that armor. You have to dodge their attacks.
Oh. That guy from the box art.
Yes, and he is playable too, and that's not even his biggest form either.
Oh, Lord.
It is ridiculous. It reminds me of the Ganon mode in Hyrule Warriors there, where you are Ganon or a Kuko, and you're giant, except it can be done in any level, and you're huge.
Yep, he is a certifiably powerful enemy, alright.
One thing I will say is this game is one of the easiest platinums since, like, PlayStation All-Stars, because of the fact that my one friend, he played it pretty much since release, and he's like, I got it way before I finished the game. You are right now Luffy's newest form, called Snake Man.
Nice. I think I may have won, because it's not letting me press any buttons.
Yep. So it's just the tutorial, pretty much, and it is a flash forward to the latest arc. It then goes back and is like, okay, here's how we got there.
Get out of here with your silly metal hand.
He's actually straight up missing an arm, and that would be a problem if he didn't have the power of magnets to just make arms whenever he wants.
Nice. Now, is that a fruit power?
Yes, yeah, he ate the magnet fruit.
Okay. And as a reminder for those who eat the devil fruits, they cannot swim.
Yes, they lose the ability to swim, but they get a sick power.
We covered this in, I believe, an earlier Quick Look. It was for the open world game.
World Seeker, yes.
I don't know about that. It'd be a pretty piss poor way to end the series if he didn't become King of the Pirates.
You know what? Maybe the One Piece was the friends we made along the way.
You know what? I would not put it past Sensei, whatever his name is, to actually pull that.
In, like, issue 100, he actually came out and said it's not that. He said I would never do something so terrible.
Oh.
He put it out there.
Haha, I'm being executed, but you're the one to have lost here.
When you actually know, it is kind of sad.
When there's nothing left to lose, you win.
Well, he has, like, pirate cancer, so that's why he's smiling. He's like, Lamo, gonna die anyways.
Made you expend resources, so I did. Da-da-da. Tiny Luffy! I assume this is before he had the fruit.
No, he does have it at this point.
Oh! Oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Yep. The very first couple panels of One Piece are literally him being like, "Hey Shanks, can I join your pirate crew?" And Shanks is like, "No, you're a kid." And then he's like, "Well, fine, I'll stab myself in the face with a knife to show you how hard I am." And that's where he got his scar from. Just stabbing himself in the face with a knife as a kid. And Shanks is like, "That's pretty messed up, kid. I still can't let you join."
So who is this guy to Luffy then?
He was just a pirate who frequented his hometown's bar, and he just became friends with him. Little did he know that is one of the 4 emperors who are the strongest pirates. So he was given the straw hat, and he's just like, yeah, you know, and he basically said, "Hey, once you become a good pirate, come give me back the straw hat." And so that's kind of what he's like. He's like, "I gotta protect the straw hat from my boy Shanks." And every once in a while you'll flash to Shanks, who's like, "Oh yeah, Luffy's doing some pretty good stuff. Proud of that kid. Anyways, let's go on to still be the strongest pirate in the world."
Well, I mean, you know, you got to have a dream. Yeah, we know. For the last 10 years or so, we've known.
10? Oh no. No, it's been longer. Oh, it keeps going.
Treasure log, eh?
Yeah, so Treasure Log is like a adventure mode from Hyrule Warriors, where you're kind of given a whole bunch of islands with like objectives based on the series that aren't necessarily given full story treatment, but it'll be like, hey, recreate this fight in a similar-ish location, or play as this character and do this thing.
Alabasta Arc.
The way that this game's story works is instead of doing a general overview of the series, it does a deep dive into the biggest, most important arcs.
Okay.
So in the previous games, it was like 1 level per arc, which would not encapsulate the story at all. Instead, this one's like, okay, so for Alabasta, which is, let's say, the Stardust Crusaders of One Piece, it's where things kind of settle into their niches. They're like, okay, we're gonna do like 5 levels where we do everything that happens in the arc.
Never got a ship. Here was the big one.
Well, it's actually kind of small compared to some of the ships out there, but it has a cute sheep head.
It does. Can you imagine if there was like no treasure at all? It's like, haha, I tricked you all.
Well, there's been multiple times where they've run into people from Roger's crew, and whenever it's brought up, they're like, you know, one of the characters is like, "Is the One Piece even real?" And he's like, "Yeah, it is. Do you want to know what it is?" And Luffy says, "No, I don't want to know. I want to get there myself."
Huh, okay. Oh, we played this bit in the last Quick Look. I'd be happy not to be dead next week, honestly.
That's pretty much what Usopp is.
You guys know you have hands, right?
But it's cooler this way and more sanitary.
And away they went.
So we're like 200 chapters into One Piece right now.
Yep, that's why I'm just like, it'll wash over me like the cool salty breeze of the sea.
They skip basically the entire, like, first quarter, mostly because that sort of it was much more down to earth at the beginning and isn't conducive to Warriors combat, because at the very beginning it was just like, you know, normal punching and kicking, but now it's, you know, as it goes on it gets more advanced.
There he is in the background. It's me, I'm very marketable.
Oh boy, is he. So marketable, he had to get redesigned multiple times for peak marketability.
Oh lord.
When he first appeared, he had like almost slightly more human-like proportions, but as time went on, his head got bigger, his body got smaller.
Yeah, that's fine. We call that paradox syndrome. There's a lot of like preamble to this.
Again, we went through about, you know, 200 chapters.
Okay, so I have the same thing, but in different poses.
No. Take a close look at the arm.
The arm? Oh, it has a bandage on it.
That is a plot-important story thing. But you don't have to play as Luffy. You could try playing as one of the other characters, too.
I'm kind of locked in now, so...
So it's actually interesting. They actually, like I said, they cut out some characters that were not really as good for the combat that kind of got brought here. It was only about like 5 or 6 of them, and in general, this game does have the biggest cast still because they added a whole ton more. But there's actually only a couple of the Straw Hats, which are the main characters, playable from the pre-time skip. They cut out some of them and just said, because you're never going to play as, like, pre-time skip versions of most of these characters when the stronger time skip versions exist, so only these couple and Usopp are playable from the pre-time skip.
Okay, all voice, that's good, and there is autoplay as well, double good. Oh, this is a little bit uncanny.
How so?
I don't know, it just looks like plasticine models rather than CGI.
Fair enough. I think I've played enough One Piece stuff that I'm used to seeing the weird body proportions in 3D.
More talking about the face than anything.
Fair enough.
Well, he looks fine.
Sanji always looks fine.
Hey.
So one thing that I love about this game is almost every character has a taunt that actually affects their costume. So Sanji buttons up his shirt and pulls his tie up. So you can, like, before you do a super move, have him pull up his tie and it goes on the model and then do the super, and it's the coolest thing ever.
Nice. Where is Luffy? Is he off doing some Muzo antics? He better not be.
It's pretty much what it is.
Rule 1 of making an anime protagonist, they must always be hungry.
Oh, that is him. He's always like, boy, I need the nearest bit of meat.
Hello there. He didn't have this bomber jacket last time.
Yeah, this is a pre-time skip, so this is, everything in World Seeker was post-time skip, but he appears, you know, this is the younger version. His hair is spiky instead of slicked back, he doesn't have the cool shades, but he is still smoking 2 cigarettes like a badass.
Why not? It's running time. What?
She's his partner. She's another Marine there, except she likes to wear Hawaiian shirts instead of her outfit.
Okay. Nice. Alright, well I guess a sword collector perhaps?
She is. She wants to collect all the swords, and she hates Zoro because Zoro looks at her and he's like, girls can't fight.
Okay, well, there's character development to be had all around. Oh. Whomst.
The 6th most popular character according to the recent popularity poll, it's Ace.
He spelt his name wrong on the fucking tattoo.
He did, and just crossed it out. There's actually meaning behind the tattoo, but, like, you know, at the same time, it's pretty much he spelt his name wrong.
So this is Luffy's brother, I assume?
Yes, not by birth, but adopted.
Why do they look similar then?
Because anime.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, bunch of lads, bad guy, got it. Break through the siege of the Marines. All allies defeated. Okay, well. Pretty easy first mission then. Give him a beating.
Thankfully, this is one of the games where if one of your people is having a bit of a rough time, you can run up to them and heal them immediately. So you don't have anything right now, but this game actually does not... Another change is that it does not have levels for characters. Your characters don't level up at all.
Okay.
Instead, you level up their stats through something called the growth map. Well, first off, though, it's saying basically certain characters, if they can turn into smoke, you can't really hit them while they're smoke.
Okay.
But the way it works is, instead, you can either level up, say, the HP for everyone, which will upgrade everyone's HP a little bit, or you can focus on one character's stat to, you know, give them more specifically for them. So it's interesting because you don't have to worry about leveling up new characters because you level them all up at the same time for their stats.
Just keep building up my bars and whatnot. Activate... Oh, sorry. Attack strength increases. Smash attacks are even more powerful. Yeah.
So that's the blue button on your special wheel there.
Okay.
It's your super mode, pretty much. So remember, you can press the dash button to cancel out of your moves and continue your combos. You can press the jump button mid-combo to do a launcher, and you can combine those to do air combos.
You're asking a lot of me here, mate. I'm no fighting game master.
Press buttons! Stuff happens! It's a Muso.
Oh, he's missed. Everyone is missed.
I still love how 4Kids dealt with him. They just edited out his cigarettes and made the smoke emit from his mouth mysteriously.
That still kind of works, I guess.
It does. They also renamed him from Smoker to Chaser, which I actually think is still kind of a cool name.
Yeah, both are fine. Yeah.
So yeah, when you do your smash attacks, it'll launch enemies, and if an enemy hits another enemy, they will ricochet and deal damage. And if they hit a wall, it can break the walls or the areas around it. It's pretty cool.
You got it. Defeat enemies inside the territory to reduce the durability to 0. Oh, it's a fort, basically.
Yeah, so territories are like forts, except one thing is that's kind of neat. Not all of the areas are squares. You'll get weird shaped areas, and so you might, if you want to take a bridge, the bridge won't be a big square area that you take, it'll be the bridge itself. So they kind of made it so the areas are not all, you know, the uniform square forts.
You got it.
But otherwise, it's the Muso that you know and love.
Yep, it feels good, it plays good, kind of looks good. It's running at 60 FPS on PS4, apparently.
Yeah, the Switch version is not the best looking version, I'll say. I've seen some comparisons, and even beyond like the reduced frame rate and resolution, they turn off certain effects for attacks, so a lot of the particles aren't there, which would be fine if not for the fact that they did it for cutscenes as well, meaning that you'll see a character do an attack in a cutscene, like this for example, and you just won't have half those effects.
Okay.
So it's like, it doesn't look as good.
I punched it, and I got treasure.
One thing that I love is you can actually dash through chests with the power dash, and you'll get what's inside. It's
Nice.
really nice if you're on the run.
Right, another Marine Commander, is it? It's okay. I got everything going here.
So when you have a bit of free time, I'll want you to hit the, when there's no enemies nearby, to hit down on the D-pad.
I did it anyway.
It's a very important button. It's equip hat. For other characters, it's like pull out glasses, or, you know, pull up your hood or pull down your hood. It's so minor, but it's my favorite thing.
The hat's on.
So yeah, your current goal is basically all of your teammates are running through these 3 paths, and you want to get them so that they can safely get through.
Oh, shit. I'm coming, Usopp.
Yeah, when they're hurting, they get the green ring. You go to the green ring, and they will instantly heal up fully.
Okay, submissions. You're throwing stuff off at me right now. I just want to save the lad.
Well, the submission is to save him, so it's all good. Once you go up there, you help him, he'll be good, you'll get the special coins, and the coins are how you level up stuff.
Yeah. Well, there's kind of a lot going on, and fair dues to the developers. Not many frame drops, I'm noticing.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it does help that it's in terms of graphics, you know, they don't have to worry about crazy textures or anything. It can be stylized with its cell shading. So one of the best things is if you're locked on to an like a leader or a boss enemy, if you just press the power dash button without any direction, you will instantly jump to them.
Oh.
So if you even knock them away and you're locked on, you will just zip right over to them, and it's real good.
Nice.
So it looks like if you look on the map there, the top path needs to be taken back still for your teammates to get through.
Okay, you got it.
It's interesting because, in general, the One Piece Pirate Warriors games, like, I never got a game over in 1, 2, or 3 because I never, ever had a situation where I lost more than half my HP. It was very easy to get back HP and not be hurt. The opposite is true in this, where I've actually had a couple game overs because with the added depth and having the bosses instead be more, you know, they have the super armor and stuff, it's actually, you have to be able to dodge and do all that stuff, and I was surprised. They gave it difficulty.
I don't think Hyrule Warriors really got tough until like the middle of the game for me.
Yeah, well, it was like the later adventure mode levels where you get hit once and you basically had to restart the mission to get that A rank. That's mostly what I remember. I didn't like that. This game has very easy S ranks where instead it's just like, hey, did you kill 2,000 enemies and beat the level in 10 minutes? You get it. No other criteria. Get hit as much as you want.
It's like a commander and one right here. I will destroy her.
She is playable. She's one of my favorites. She's a lot of fun. No devil fruit, just a really good sword fighter.
Cool. Take out the armor and whatnot. The armor is broken. Now we proceed to Pwn.
They sometimes have different things when their armor is refreshing with, you know, they'll burst you away and stuff, but if you're power dashing towards them, they can't stop you.
Yeah. Yeah, she's gone. Nice.
Out of here.
So you all caught up with One Piece, mate?
I am reading it weekly. I'm not really watching it too much because I've discovered that once you read the manga where they adapt, you know, it's the original and not an episode per chapter adaptation, which is really tough to watch. It's a lot. I'm loving it. It is so good right now. There's big stuff happening for sure.
Got him.
And you know, with everyone in their unique situations at home, shall we say, you can read all of One Piece. All of you. It's literally, hey, get that free Shonen Jump app subscription. It's like the app there, they're doing a thing where it's you get like 2 weeks free, and it's the entire library of back catalog of Shonen Jump, and you can just read it all.
Can I destroy this thing that they're spawning from?
No, but once you capture it, it spawns your people. So right now, it's spawning your people, so you're all good.
Nice. Let's move on then.
That is another nice thing. It's very clear where they've spawned from, and as you take them over, they start spawning for you. And unlike in other Warriors games, once the health of your territory goes back up, your leader, if they were out and exposed, will actually go away. Like they'll say that the area has recovered, and you now don't have to worry about getting the you know, the leader there.
I'm a big lad. I grow into a ball and I just do this. I can't even begin to tell you what's happening on screen right now.
Luffy is one of those heroes that will just come up with powers on the fly where he'll be like, oh god, I'm gonna be shot by a cannonball. What if I just blow myself up into a balloon?
What if?
Or he'll be like, what if I just spin my arms really fast so that they, like, hit people?
I think I may have won.
Oh, do you see your people on the map there?
Oh, yeah.
They seem to be stuck by a Marine commander, so you gotta go bring them over.
You got it. Where is he at?
I think you killed him, and they are continuing their run.
Nice. Let us run together, Zoro.
In general, like, the level layouts having all this verticality is another new thing, right?
Yeah,
where
yeah.
almost every other Muso battlefield is like flat plains, where this is now you have ups and downs. You can even jump on the buildings even and be up there and fight people.
Oh. I realize he can't run up walls, it's fine.
No, sadly, Luffy right now is not the most athletic, but as he grows over this game, he will get more powerful, and even be able to learn to fly.
Oh, bless him. Fighting airborne enemies. Okay, yeah.
So basically, it's just saying that if you lock onto them and do your power dash, you'll fly towards them to hit them, even if they're in the air.
Right, take out the small fry first, I guess.
So there's actually, you have those 4 kind of special moves in the corner there. Certain characters have more than others, so like Luffy gets 30 of them that you can interchange, where more incidental characters might have 4 or 5, you know, they might get to switch out 1. But that's how they kind of handle like the evolving powers of the story, where it's like, okay, you know, at this point Luffy's strongest move is this. Well, you've unlocked it. And, you know, if you want to get it back, even if Luffy never used it again later, you can just re-equip it there and have him get those powers.
Really, you shouldn't be fighting on your own here. You should wait for Smoker at the very least.
He's just floating around, happy to be an incorporeal being.
Yeah, you are there.
He's way up there. So yeah, if you just power dash while pressing no direction, you will go right up to him and do your attacks on him. So that's kind of how you deal with flying enemies, which become more of a problem later when you get ones who are sky-based. So different characters have different classifications. There's like power characters who are, their attacks will knock enemies into buildings. You have technique ones who are more technical. Speed ones have almost unlimited stamina, so you can kind of dash with them as much as you need. And then there's flight type, who can literally fly around the battlefield like Smoker here, and can stay in the air almost indefinitely.
That's really cool.
And there's even some powers you get where it will be like, okay, Luffy changed form, he is now a speed type. Or, you know, Zoro activated his mode, he's now a technique type. So it's neat, you get to switch them up and kind of play around with different styles even.
Yeah! Die, you fucker. Nice.
I do like how his super move for the beginning of the series is, I'm just gonna stretch my arms back really far and hit you like a really bad rubber band.
Well, rubber bands hurt like hell, mate.
They do, and like, so then his next solution is, alright, but what if I turn the rubber band into metal? Now what if I set the metal on fire? Now what if I inflate it at its end? Oh, you're gonna be hurting.
He's almost out of there.
Like, as you can see, you're at about 50% HP, so, like I said, this is one of the few games of Muso where I actually have been in situations where I'm like, oh man, I'm actually hurting and need to go get some healing items.
Oh yeah. It's okay, I punch through the pain. That's what I do. Oh, that was fun. It did feel like I was playing DMC5 at points.
Right? And it's with the air combat especially, I feel, and the dashing towards enemies. That's the big things that I found make me describe it as way closer to a, you know, an action game.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like all the important characters in this start eating devil fruit.
Well, they literally say, like, as they continue on their voyage, it's a plot point that they just happen to come from the one region where everyone is weak and devil fruits are rare. And so as they venture out of that area, they're like, oh yeah, no, everyone here has a devil fruit pretty much.
Yes, this is a very Muzo cutscene right here. Characters standing around and talking.
Well, the weird thing is, so this game is a bit of an amalgamation because they'll actually use some of the cutscenes from Pirate Warriors 1, 2, and 3, because of course most of them tell the same story, just, you know, in varying amounts of depth, meaning that you get these type of cutscenes, you'll get full motion cutscenes, you'll get talking sort of static cutscenes, you'll get motion comics, there's a ton of different ones.
I suppose I can appreciate that.
It does give you variety, but it's very clear that, like, they put more effort into some games cutscenes than others, because boy, those CGI ones are beautiful, and boy, those motion comics look bad.
Huh. Blackbeard, eh? It's a little bit run-of-the-mill for One Piece anime land.
Well, he's a very important character. It's also Whitebeard. And fun fact, Whitebeard does not actually have a beard.
Okay.
It's because in Japanese, the word beard just means facial hair, and so he has a giant white mustache. So that's why he's called Whitebeard, because they just use the same word. Hige means facial hair, so he's white facial hair, really.
I learned so much from these quick looks.
I know. See, he has the Whitebeard tattoo on his back, which used to be a swastika, until his editors said, wait, don't. And it was fine because it was the manji version, right? But then when it started to be brought to the West, it was like, they actually put an editor's note saying, like, don't worry, this will be changed later.
Oh, nice. Saw. I guess if I went a bit faster, that would have been an S overall. But good enough for me. Nice. Level ups for everyone.
Crew levels, they're more about, like, your relationship values. So as they increase, you'll get different voice lines. You'll get items from them as gifts. So,
huh. Okay. Nice.
So coins are the currency that lets you level up your stats and stuff and unlock new moves.
Berries is the currency. Okay, I got 29 file.
When I went to the One Piece theme park in Japan there, every time you buy something, they called them berries, and I was like, that's adorable.
Sanji has been unlocked. Nice. Freelog.
Freelog is basically play through the story levels again, but you can play as any character. So, it's, you know, non-canon mode, pretty much.
Okay. Alright. Gotta have autoplay on, otherwise it just becomes very rote.
So, this arc here, Alabasta, is one of the most popular arcs. Like I said, it's best described as the Stardust Crusaders, because this is the first arc that really introduces the flow of One Piece. You know, a new setting where it's not just, you know, another village. There's like a new society here. And dealing with the local laws, and there's a villain who has a devil fruit, and dealing with the problem there. So they started here because, yeah, it's popular, and Crocodile here is the big villain that sort of established the One Piece villain.
Right. Even I've heard of Crocodile, but I don't really follow One Piece all that much.
He's really cool. He's got a big hook and big scar and cool coat.
Yeah, that's pirate.
I'm gonna have you guess which celebrity Sanji is based off of.
Is it someone I would know?
Absolutely.
Harrison Ford?
Nope, Steve Buscemi.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't get that at all.
Once you see a comparison picture, if you literally Google Sanji, Steve Buscemi, there's a side-by-side comparison that it's like, wow, yeah, now we're talking young Steve Buscemi, obviously.
Okay.
But you're like, oh wow, yeah. One Piece is very on the nose for making people look like celebrities. Whitebeard looks almost exactly like Hulk Hogan. Which is kind of interesting. There are characters that are just... Frankie, the robot, is Jim Carrey.
Okay.
And, like, there's so many comparison pictures. One of the villains, his name is Enel, he looks exactly like Eminem.
Okay.
And so it's like, yeah, there's... The author's like, you look like a cool person, let's put you in.
Sorry, you got the phrase post-time skip Steve Buscemi in my mind there. Is that what we're just going to be calling old people from now on? It's the post-time skip version of you.
Yeah, you know, once you hit a certain age, it's like you change your character design and get a new move set. So yeah, you're the post-time skip version of yourself.
My post-time skip version sucks. Whatever, can't win them all, I guess. At least I still have video games.
It's how it be, it's how it be.
Swear to fucking Christ, if a water egg floats by, I'm gonna destroy my PS4!
Oh, those water eggs.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So yeah, that was One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 for the PS4. I am very impressed with my first look here. And if you want your own TV com or Quick Look, you can hit up patreon.com/HellfireComms. Here's everyone who's currently pledged. What's your thoughts, mate?
I think it would be a good idea for someone to maybe pledge for One Piece as a TV com. Oh, that's an idea. But seriously, I love this game. I think it's a great way of making, evolving the Muso formula, of making it just a bit different from what we had before, while at the same time being familiar with these characters. I am doing, not to plug, but I am doing a full playthrough of it on my channel, Tanner of the North, so if you want to go watch that, if you want to see me do a deep dive on it, I'm over there, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay, sorry, I just got entranced by Hachan over here.
Oh, everyone loves Hachan. He's the best. He has 6 swords for 6 arms.
Okay, well, that's enough of that. We're just gonna go back to everything safe and the title screen. But yeah, this has been a really fun quick look, so thank you, Damos, for commissioning this, and I guess we'll see you all for another one next time. We're getting into the single digits for these quick looks here, so after that, Tara and I will be returning to a certain Purple Dragon video game thing, and we'll go from there to other games. So yeah, I'm rambling now. We'll see you next time for another HFC Patreon quick look. Bye-bye.